Tovala. Try it risk-free for 100 days at tovala.com.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, great friends. What is happening today is Monday. It is May 16th. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. If you're just getting with us on ESPN 1090 on the radio airwaves, glad to have everybody tuning in throughout Southern California. If you are with us on television, we're on Channel 4 in San Diego, Channel 4 in Santa Barbara, and in LA and in Orange County, we're on Channel 118 if you are a Cox or Spectrum subscriber. All the different audio podcast platforms, and of course, our home base where the heart and soul of our show and our community lives is on our YouTube channel. Make sure you get involved in our YouTube chat. Make sure you visit our sponsors, leave a comment down below. Just get involved in what we got going on. Speaking of getting involved, before we get too deep into today's show, on Thursday, this is June 2nd, it is the first ever supper club for Kaplan and Crew at the 7 Mile Casino Studios, or in this case, really the 7 Mile Casino. Alex, what'd you think about our Friday conversation with the folks from 7 Mile? We're getting this thing done. And we've got an email address that we can put out. If you would like to be our guest, and I say our guest, we have 24 seats available. It's going to be a big family-style dinner. You can email us, show@kaplanandcrew.com, show@kaplanandcrew.com. We're going to take your reservations. We're going to check off the seat. We're going to know how many we've got. We're going to send you a reply email. We're going to tell you, hey, here's the deal. Here's how much it costs. It's here's how you pay. If you want to have a bar tab on top of it, here's the situation. But if you want to reserve a spot right now for you and your wife, you and your pal, whoever's coming, we have 24 seats at dinner. It's June 2nd, 6:30 p.m. Thursday evening. And if you want to reserve your spot, show@kaplanandcrew.com. Man, it was a little confusing on Friday too, wasn't it, Alex? Like trying to figure this all out. And man, your experience really came in handy.
Yeah, but we'll figure it out. It's no big deal. I just think, people don't need to know the details, but it'll work out. It's fine. It's fine.
You know what happened? The reason it was a little bit confusing is because when we did our first ever lunch over at the Belly Up, I actually thought that people were sending their credit card information in advance of the lunch so that everything was already paid for. Turns out that wasn't really what happened. So everybody had to pay there on the spot, and people knew that lunch was, call it, $25. But then they ordered drinks on top of it. And the next thing you know, they've got themselves a nice little tab, and each person had to, pay individually. These guys from 7 Mile are like, yeah, we're not really accustomed to doing this. I'm like, look, I don't know what you guys want me to do. I can't take in everybody's credit card information and then just pay you guys in one shot. I'm not set up for that. So yeah, a little complicated, just a little bit. But as Alex said, we'll get it done. Looking forward to it. Show@kaplanandcrew.com.
The menu's going to be fire.
Browner, you should see the menu that Alex has already set up for us. It's pretty damn good. By the way, your chicken wings are on there, just so you know.
Then I'm good. The rest of it is for the people.
Yeah,
the man had one thing in his rider. One thing, chicken.
Yeah, Alex is creating like pizzas, pastas, salads. Browner, I know you don't want any salad. I know you don't want salad.
Why you wasting the grass of these good people at 7 Mile Casino, bro? We don't need that.
I know some people will be eating salads, I'm sure.
Ain't nobody finna come in and be like, as the great Eddie Murphy once said, I had a salad.
I don't know. There's a couple dudes that have already told me they're planning on bringing their wives. And so, ladies come. I think ladies might want salads.
Listen, I've met our listeners, okay? They love their women, and their women love good food. Salad ain't on the list of good food.
Alex, should we eliminate salads?
Yes.
I don't think we have a choice. I think the salad is on there the way it was set up. So we added stuff, though. We added your chicken wings, Browner, because it wasn't on the list.
Listen,
the way it's done there, like it wasn't me going in there free for all, It wasn't me like going in choosing whatever I want. I had an outline, and I was like, well, there's something missing here. Duck tacos are missing, so we need those. And then at the end, Scott's like, oh, you know what? There's no chicken wings on here, and I was like, oh. Yeah, can we get those two, please?
I would have tapped out. All
right, so look, bottom line is we got 24 spots. So for the first ever Great Friends Supper Club, it is June 2nd. It is 6:30 p.m. It is at 7 Mile Casino in association with Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Alex has designed the menu. It's going to be very reasonably priced, and we look forward to seeing everybody out there. Show at kaplanandcrew.com if you want to make your reservations. We're going to get your reservation. We're going to start checking boxes. We're going to send you back an email. We're going to explain to you the cost. We're going to explain to you how you're going to pay, and we're all going to have a really wonderful time on June 2nd. So we'll see you guys down there. All right, where would you guys like to begin? It's Monday. We're coming off this weekend. You brought up, Alex, right away, the way the Padre games over the weekend were, I'm not going to say televised, the way they were
Broadcast.
Right. Better word. So we started off talking about the different places, whether it was Apple TV, Peacock, Fox Sports 1, Bally's. You had lots of different ways to watch the games this weekend. What'd you say, Brown?
We also first place.
Oh,
yep.
And Padres in first place. But of course,
first.
I'm not getting excited about that yet. Although I will say this. You got to give the Padres credit. I mean, you go on the road, you're playing at the World Champions, you're playing in the Eastern time zone, you're playing against a quality opponent, and you are in first place without your best player.
And they choked one of the games away. By the way,
the bullpen. I told you the bullpen's a problem.
They choked one, massive choke.
All right, so where do you want to start? You want to start?
Are the Braves a quality opponent?
Well, they're the defending world champs, so based on that,
sure.
alone.
But they've proven not to be
That's
so far.
That's a great question. That is a
They have
great
good pitching.
question.
They have good pitching, but they lost their MVP and their best player.
Freeman, right.
And they made a lot of bonehead errors that led to a lot of runs for the Padres. They're below 500. So like as of now, they're not.
Okay.
Last year they were, but this year they're not.
They're a 16-19 ball club. So
right, like the Cubs, like you think they're not a good opponent. They have a losing record. The Pirates have a losing record. The Reds have a losing record. The Braves have a losing record. So, in my opinion, they're still doing what Browner asked them to do: beat the teams you're supposed to.
Yeah,
rack them up.
Yeah, and they definitely should have swept them. They should have swept them.
Had that chance. Saturday night, bullpen imploded. Let's go through what happened here over the weekend. Let's just kind of go through the high-level stuff of what happened. Padres take 2 out of 3 against the Braves. Padres won.
Yeah.
Padres won.
Yeah.
Your team got
the Padres won. Oh yeah, the Padres won. If you're saying this wrong, your team got smoked. Yeah. That's right, the Padres won. Oh yeah, the Padres won.
Yeah. That's so good.
I'm in a good mood today.
So good.
You're in a good mood today, so you gave us that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
So good.
All right. Let me ask you a question, Browner. So remember a few weeks ago when the Angels were playing the Red Sox? And I was talking about what a dominant pitching performance Ohtani had, like 10 strikeouts, as I recall.
Right.
And you came on the air and said the mistake that you made, because you said, well, let's see Ohtani do it against the Red Sox. Then Ohtani did do it against the Red Sox, and you were like, well, that's not impressive because the Red Sox were bad, and I didn't know that, so it's on me.
True. Those are all things I said.
Okay, so when Joe Musgrove performs the way he did yesterday, and now that we've had this conversation about the Braves being a 16-19 ball club, they lost Freddie Freeman, they made a bunch of boneheaded mistakes. They're not the team they were a year ago, let's call it. Are you not impressed with Musgrove? Average Joe.
Again, let me repeat this. Joe Musgrove's performance was solid. I wasn't blown away. I didn't leave the performance going to tell somebody else about it. It was average. It was average. Period. He didn't complete the game. He didn't give me no complete game. He didn't give me no stat line. And I was out here reposting on the internet. I didn't write it down and be like, oh, I need to come in here and apologize to Joe Musgrove. None of that, bruh. Joe Musgrove gave me what I know I'm going to get from him. Okay? No worse, no better. When I go watch a Joe Musgrove game, I know I'm getting at least 7 innings. I know I'm going to get some ground ball outs. And I know he's going to hold the team to about 4 or 5 runs. That's when I get up from a Joe Musgrove game, those are the things I'm expecting to have enjoyed watching him pitch.
Okay. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, gave up a home run.
That's what I want. That's what I want all day. Give me that.
Okay.
This was from Dennis Lynn's mailbag today on The Athletic. That he was asked about an extension for Joe Musgrove. This is a direct quote from the article. League executives can see Musgrove, if he tests free agency, commanding a deal of at least 5 years and $20 million annually.
Look, cut the check. Somebody else, trade him at the deadline. Trade him at the deadline. We got lots of arms. Trade him at the deadline and get an outfielder. Trade him at the deadline. Get you a real good outfielder. How about that? How'd that sound? Good power hitting right fielder. That tickle your fancy? Anybody? Anybody would accept that?
Mike Clevenger can be a free agent after this season.
I am asking you a question.
Right, and we're having to analyze to think about which pitcher you'd most want to part with. And I will tell you this, that based on Musgrove's health and based on everything you just talked about, what you were expecting from a guy like that, I mean, if everybody could give you 6 innings every time out, if everybody could give you, 30 starts a year, if everybody could give you this kind of performance, I mean, here, let's take a look at Joe Musgrove's season stats, just to kind of put this into perspective for you. Go ahead, Alex, for everybody that's listening.
4-0, 2.2 ERA, 47 strikeouts, 6 walks. Padres are 7-0 when he takes the mound this season.
So why would I want to trade this guy?
Because we're having a question about value. He is at his highest market value than he's ever been right now. And to his credit, he did this. So whatever he gets due to his performance, he's earned that. Me, as a Padres front office, I'm saying theoretically, I wouldn't give him $20 million. I would speak to his agent, see where they're at, what they want. We offered 11. They said no, thank you. So now I would call them back again about a week before the trade deadline and go, how about 15? If they say no to the 15, then he'll be getting that money from somewhere else. We'll get some couple prospects, or we'll get a good outfielder who can hit for power in our building, and we'll go forward with what we got. That's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, the conversation to have right now is not that. I think
it's not. No,
they're going
correct.
to table the extension talks. He's going to pitch out the season, and if he goes out there and he has a below 3 ERA and a winning record with a lot of strikeouts and no walks, the Padres will be put in the situation that Brown is saying: pay up or move on.
Yeah,
it's gonna be pretty simple.
Yes,
I do think it's gonna be pretty simple because I think Joe Musgrove and Chris Rose said it last week. Since he's been in San Diego, he is a different Joe Musgrove. Yep. He is a very good Joe Musgrove.
I wouldn't wait for him to walk for nothing. That's what I'm saying. I would try to.
Well, you're not going to get much for a dude that's for a rental. You're just not going to get. He's not Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer was a rental, but he's not Max Scherzer. So, and he got put in with Trey Turner. So,
what did we get for James Shields?
Wait a second. You're not going to really sit here and say that they're going to be able to find the next Tatis.
Hold on, player. Hold on, because that is what I'm saying.
Because you asked the question.
Let me. I'm finna. You know how I do, baby. Big dogs bark and bite. Okay, I'm telling you what I'm saying.
All right.
They traded James Shields for one of the highest prospects the White Sox had, which was Fernando Tatis Jr. Go out and do it again. Was he a high prospect?
Huh? When he was 17 years old, was he the top prospect?
I said a high prospect, not the top.
Was he a high prospect when he was 17? When they traded for him?
He was known. He was in that organization. He was. Go give me another one. I trust Prella. I trust the people making moves. Y'all don't. I do. I trust. I trust they ain't gonna give him $20 million.
Think about Musgrove.
So in a year, where you're currently in first place.
That's right.
Potential playoff team.
That's right.
You want to trade your best pitcher for a 17-year-old prospect.
No, this is what I'm saying. If we come to you, what we feel like is a middle-of-the-road offer, it's not 20, it's not 11, it's 15, and you still say no, now as an organization, I got to get to work. I got to earn my money. You earned your money on the field. Now I got to earn my money in the front office because now I got to bring in something to show my fan base why we let this guy go, a hometown hero who everybody loves. because we don't want to pay him.
I think that I think the Padres are very conscious of the way they are adored in the community.
Yes.
And I will tell you this right now. This is the only guy in the history of the organization that has a no-hitter. This guy is from San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those murals that are now up and around town all started with the mural at his high school of him.
True.
And I'll tell you something. Seriously, Chris Rose said it last week that he's a different guy than he ever was because he's happy and he's comfortable. And you're getting the best of him. Your point about trading him at his highest value, I think there's some validity to that. But why would you trade the guy who is, I think many people consider, the heart and soul of your team?
But let me be clear. I don't want to do that. I have zero interest in doing that. But what I also can't do as an organization is get outbid, because that's what's going to happen. If he hits the open market at the number that he's projected to have this season, they're gonna get outbid for him. And that's just not a race we want to get in.
Pay the man. Pay him and lock him up. Pay him and lock him up. There's got to be a number between the 11 that they offered and the 20 that is being projected that would make this kid happy to stay home the rest of his career.
I agree. And that's what I'm saying. Find somewhere in the middle so that everybody can walk away happy. Nobody got exactly what they wanted, but we all know that you've been great for us. We've been great for you. Let's keep this train moving. And that's the story. That's the story. People better buckle up and prepare for that. I appreciate him while y'all got him.
This is a nice week for Browner too, man, because now everything that he's been saying about this pitching staff and now who he wouldn't trade and who he would keep, who people are scared of, what blah blah blah. Now we get to see it finally on the field. Like, this is the week. I'm not going to take everything that happens tomorrow and Wednesday and come on here on Thursday and start talking it any sort of way. But now we get to see the Padres rotation at its healthiest,
at the way it was meant to be done, at the way it was meant to be seen.
Right.
And good news, if you're a Gore fan, which I think Browner is,
I am.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going to AAA. He's going to go out of the bullpen because the Padres play 40 games in 42 days. So they're going to need probably all 7 of these guys. And so now you get to see it. Clevenger tomorrow, Blake Snell Wednesday, Yu Darvish Thursday.
And you're seeing it against a team these guys are at Philly, right? I mean, the Padres are in Philadelphia. And Philly this past weekend, I don't know if anybody paid attention to it at all, but Bryce Harper was like a one-man wrecking crew against the Dodgers. Did you guys catch any of that?
I know they almost swept them.
I mean, dude.
But I didn't catch any
of
them.
Dude, you got, if you look at the numbers of what Bryce Harper, because I even this morning as my email was popping up, The Athletic and all these other, emails were coming in, like Bryce Harper's historic weekend. The number of hits, the number of runs, home runs. I mean, Bryce Harper this weekend by himself.
Yesterday.
Yeah, and he didn't play yesterday because he's got some sort of an injury.
Tear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he was, I mean, the numbers, again, you can find
2 hits Thursday, 3 hits Friday, 3 hits Saturday.
Right, so 8 hits total.
Home run every game.
Right.
Yeah, bomb home run.
8 RBIs and scored 5 runs.
Yeah. I mean, Bryce Harper by himself was just eating the Dodgers for lunch.
But guess what? If he can't play, guess what? I ain't going to be mad. Get them dubs.
Yeah.
Another losing team, by the way.
Get them dubs. Guess what we should do? 2 out of 3.
Yeah, and hey, listen, if you're watching this stuff, if you're going to follow this race all year long, Clayton Kershaw now has an injury. He's hurt because that's what injuries mean. It means you're hurt. Julio Urias yesterday, not good. Or was it 2 days ago? Nonetheless, not as impressive as. And by the way, other guys had to move up as a result of Kershaw's injury. Buehler not himself. I'm telling you right now.
Dodgers 2-5 their last 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Take a look at take a look at what's going on here around.
Will they make it to All-Star break? LA Cap, talk to me.
Will who make it to All-Star break?
Will the Big Blue make it to All-Star break? Huh? Y'all ready to jump the ship on this? Will they be able to make it to All-Star break?
See, this is why the Padre fans were ridiculed last year. Exactly for this, because you're celebrating like you've already won something.
I'm not celebrating. I'm just asking a question. I'm posing a question.
I think, do you feel like
all right? You need some water? You need to.
They gonna make it. They gonna make it to the All. They gonna make it.
What's funny is that Browner's back. I would say he's scoot up 7-8 rows more towards the middle of the bus.
Yeah, right. He
You know
jumped
what I
off
mean?
the bus when Patty the Baddie
Yeah.
showed up in the
And
Padres
then
clubhouse.
he was been dragging on in the back for a while, and now
I never
he's
jumped
about
off the
7 or 8
bus.
rows.
I never jumped off the bus. I just
No,
told
you're
y'all
hanging
I
out
was-
the back is what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah.
You're
I'm
hanging
still
out.
back there. I'm still
You were
back
about to
there.
jump out the back door. You know
I'm
the
still
school
back
buses got
there.
those back door back
Yeah.
there? Like, you were
No,
about to jump out.
You just
Hey,
when you get to your stop, you just get out.
Well, let me just give everybody a quick heads up and then we'll keep on rolling. Quick heads up goes like this. Hey, our people down at West Coast BBQ Shop. Man, I just love watching Brian work social media. He put out a post earlier today about this guy who's a chef, like and what is it, the Food Network or one of those kinds of networks. And this guy's this black dude who's freaking yoked, man. And this guy is like this celebrity chef and this author, and he's now confirmed to join us on Egg Fest on June 12th. It's Sunday. Make sure you buy your Egg Fest tickets, westcoastbbqshop.com. Use our promo code Kaplan5. You'll save $5. Who is this gentleman right here?
David Rose.
Dude, look at the guns on this guy, Brown.
David.
Look at this guy. And he's
Whoa,
got this.
boy,
this
he got the Mike Trout arms.
yeah.
Dude, he's huge.
Yeah. He got those Frank Gore arms. I'll get to that later in the show. You're like,
Whoa.
where did Frank Gore come from? Just hold on. We'll get to it. WestCoastBBQShop.com. Eggfest tickets, you'll save $5 when you use our promo code Kaplan5. It's going to sell out real soon. Don't wait. Make sure you get them. WestCoastBBQShop.com. We are back in the 7 Mile Casino Studios right after this.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
And now we welcome to Main Street Living tax attorney Adam Brewer. Adam, thanks so much for making some time for us.
Oh yeah, not a problem. Happy to be here.
You know, it's the time of year when taxes are on all of our minds, whether we like it or not. But Adam, you are a tax controversy attorney. So taxes are probably on your mind all of the time. What exactly is a tax controversy attorney?
Yeah, there's no escaping taxes for me. So tax controversy attorney, I'm not involved with like the yearly filing so much, quarterly filings that some businesses have to do. I step in when things between the taxpayer and the IRS or the taxpayer and the state get a little messy. So anytime things kind of get off track for a taxpayer, day to day is spent with my clients who they either owe a large amount of money to IRS or state, sometimes both, resolving audits. So audit activities really slowed down because of the pandemic, just because IRS or the state, they can't say, hey, come to our office with all your records on this date. But we do still do some audits. Again, the foreign income, sorry to hit on that again, but it's just a huge focus area. So especially where I'm at, I practice in California, primarily Hawaii. So we have a lot of taxpayers who, were maybe born or lived in other countries. So we see a lot of these foreign account disclosures. And then finally, just people who haven't filed their tax returns. I know it's kind of, an embarrassing topic for a lot of people, but it happens where you just miss a tax year. Then before you know it, it's April again. 1 year becomes 2 becomes 10 or 30 or, So I do a lot of that, which I call like a tax cleanup case, get people back on track, file their delinquent returns, handle any balance dues they have, and then really just get them back on the right track as far as taxes go.
Well, Adam, you found a way to make this conversation not very taxing, so that's very very successful on your end. How can viewers get in touch and get more tax help from you?
Yeah, definitely. If anyone needs help or looking for more information on taxes, they can visit my website, triumphovertax.com, or feel free to give me a call at the office, 619-591-9500.
Watch the Austin Gilronis take on your San Diego Legion Thursday, May 28th at 5 p.m. on YourView.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. What's going on? It is Monday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We welcome you back to the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. And a reminder that on June 2nd, it's a Thursday evening, 6:30 p.m., we are having our first ever supper club. This is happening at 7 Mile Casino. It's happening at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Alex and I met with all the people from the casino and from the restaurant. This has all happened on Friday, and we're ready to go. If you want to join us for dinner on Thursday, June 2nd at 6:30 p.m., all you have to do is email us, show@kaplanandcrew.com. Show, S-H-O-W, show@kaplanandcrew.com. We have
Is there a final price yet?
I don't feel like we received that email on Friday.
I was going to ask because it sounded like you got more info after our meeting Friday, but I guess not.
No, not at all. But here's what we'll do. We'll take your email. We'll make a reservation for you, and then we'll get you all the information. Believe me when I tell you, I said very specifically to the folks from 7 Mile Casino, this has to be an affordable situation, okay? Because some people are going to be down in Chula Vista and they're just coming in their neighborhood, and other people are going to be coming from all over the place. So, gas prices being what they are, this has to be an affordable situation.
Well, Sammy's is an affordable restaurant. It's not some steakhouse where you're going to be eating $300 steaks.
No, listen, we have wings and duck tacos and pizzas and pastas and salads.
Wait. Y'all don't got wings. Y'all got duck tacos.
We got both.
No.
Everyone's going to get everything.
Yeah, why's it got to be just about you, dog?
Because listen, salad is for other people.
Browner, you
salad
is for
everybody.
Every 4 people, there's gonna be.
I wasn't invited because I wasn't
no help. Been like chicken wings. Shut up, chicken wings.
That's it.
Everybody that's
All
there is
caps.
gonna get duck tacos, chicken wings, salad, pizzas, cheeseburgers, kung pao chicken, and a little balsamic grilled chicken salad.
I will trade anybody in the open market some salad for some chicken
I'm not sure the kung pao made it onto the menu.
Didn't you add it at the end?
I didn't. I added the slider burgers at the end.
Listen, man, if you want kung pao chicken, sorry, it's not on my top at Sammy's, dude.
I understand. Hey, I have completely left this in your hands. You have a much more qualified opinion.
People look at the tacos and be like, "What did you order?" And I'm like, telling you, it's bomb.
They're fire.
Bomb.
Yeah.
So it comes in like a little mini, like a hard shell, like Taco Bell hard shell, but way better.
Yeah.
And they got this like nice piece of duck breast, browner, little gorgonzola ranch with extra feta, tomato, cabbage. Bomb, bro.
Sounds bomb.
You know what they need to make? Menu alert. A fried chicken wing taco. You welcome. Whoever hear this, you just got a business idea. You welcome. I don't even want no residuals. I just want to taste it.
7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. The email address is show@kaplanandcrew.com. We have 24 seats available at the table. So I know I've already heard from a guy like Avery Martinez who said, I'm bringing my wife. I've heard from Tommy's bringing Larry the Birdman. So if you need more than just one spot, you're bringing your wife, your buddy, whatever, you need to make these reservations. Show@kaplanandcrew.com. We'll make the reservations. We'll send you emails. We'll explain how you're going to pay, what all the costs are and everything. And I guess we still have a couple more details to work out, but it is on. It is absolutely on. It's June 2nd, Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. at 7 Mile Casino. All right. Alex, we were talking about the Padres. We had talked about Joe Musgrove, his 4-0 record. We talked about the pitching rotation as it's going to look going forward, because now you've got Clevenger, you've got Snell, you've got Darvish. I mean, what you had hoped, you now are going to have a chance to take a look at. So that's where we were. Pick it up from there. Where were we headed?
Well, I just wanted to, I don't know where we were headed, but I just wanted to say one more thing about the Padres. And they showed me something this weekend. And Scott, I know you missed it a lot because you were driving from Idaho, but Browner, I will give them props for this. I have been a hardcore critic of this lineup. I still am, by the way. Luke Voigt, awful. But I will say this. They showed me something this weekend that it was very encouraging. Fight. They were down every series, every game, and came back late, scored runs late. And guys that, Machado did not have a good weekend. He didn't even play yesterday, and he got walked. The only thing he did. He didn't have a hit this series. Those other guys stepping up at random times, and that to me was a good sign.
This is what I've said about hitting. It comes and goes. This is why I'm more concerned about pitching. I prefer for my pitching to be consistent and to be healthy, because hitting will come and go. They faced really good Atlanta pitching, and they survived it. That's probably, they're not the best staff, but they have some of the best pitchers in baseball. And the Padres survived. Some of their best guys were able to come out at the end of the day. Should have been 3-0, but it was 2-3, and I'm okay with that. We beat the team we needed to beat, and this team had better pitching than the average team that we've had to beat, like the Diamondbacks and the Rockies and the Pirates.
I will say though, like those losses to the Dodgers when it was after Patty the Batty, and then that loss to the Cubs where I was there and it was awful. Those two losses, that happens. That's baseball. Hey, that's baseball. Saturday though, that ugly monster keeps rearing its ugly head, man. Like this bullpen, you got to get to Rogers to have a save, and it's just, whether it be Wilson or Suarez, Garcia. I mean, Chrismat's been really good, but everybody else, man, like, just don't trust them. I know they don't have like awful. I know they don't have awful numbers. Like when you look at their numbers, they're not awful. They're actually decent, but I don't know, man. I just don't trust them. I mean, they need.
There hasn't been a right answer from starter
to Rogers,
from guy who comes in to closer. In between, there has not been a right answer. Yeah. Everybody has messed up.
They might start throwing Chrismat in these high leverage situations instead of going to a Wilson, which they've been doing. And so far, he's been a game, which is nice. So we'll see, but. Just a little props. I don't want to be negative today.
Well, that and you don't listen. Not to get too excited. Not to get too excited. Alex, I think you bring up a good point though. Like at least
when is a good time to be in first place? Anytime.
You mean like how the Angels are in first place?
Last time I checked, they were in second place.
I don't know.
Did you check this morning?
Yeah,
I'm gonna check right now.
Let's take a look.
Go ahead,
let's take a look.
Talk amongst yourselves.
The Angels and the Padres are the exact same. They are both tied for first right now.
Okay, so they're in second.
Like the Padres are in second then.
Are the Padres in second?
They're below the Dodgers in the standings.
No, we tied for first.
Okay,
so are the Angels.
So the Angels are not also tied for first?
I'm looking at it right now. I didn't see it. Hold on, y'all. Relax. Let me look at it.
I'm just telling you. You don't have to look it up.
Yeah. It's like it's like I tell you stuff, you go look it up.
Well,
you tell me something, I'm go look it up.
I mean, listen, when you tell us stuff, I think everybody knows you got to look it up.
That's fair.
I mean, listen,
but then don't get mad at me. Then don't look at me some sideways when somebody tell me something, I won't go look it up.
No, you feel free to look it up.
Dude, not only are the Angels in first place, they have more wins than the Padres.
24.
22.
Yeah. Okay, they play more games though.
Yeah, but they same amount.
We play 2 more games, we're gonna get 2 more wins. We ain't gonna be, we play 2 more games.
I think it's been it's encouraging to see the Padres beat the teams they're supposed to, right? Like, I mean, they finished all the second half of the season, they were losing to everybody, even the teams they were supposed to beat.
Yes,
so
it was a disaster.
Yeah, but I think the schedule. Here you go. You're going to Philly, coming in hot, and then you're going to San Francisco.
Philly, 17 and 18. We got to win these. I don't care.
And then San Francisco, you got to win those series against your division opponents too, man.
Yeah.
San Francisco's, they're keeping pace. They're only a game and a half out. You're in San Francisco. I'll be in attendance, which means they'll probably lose on Saturday.
So wait, what are you doing? You're going up there this weekend?
Yeah, I'm heading up to Cousin Nancy's Thursday night after the show.
Okay.
I will do the show from Cousin Nancy's on Friday. And then we are traveling to San Francisco from her home for the game Saturday, and then I'll be back Sunday.
Okay, gotcha.
Not driving, flying.
Let me tell you something. If you told me now San Francisco to San Diego, I'd be like, I'll knock that drive out, no problem.
Yeah, not me.
I wonder how far it is. I don't really know. Like, call it maybe 700 miles or so. So I always think of things in 2-hour blocks. 100 miles is 2 hours, And if you told me that from San Francisco to San Diego, it's 700 miles, that should theoretically take 14 hours. I don't think it's that far. I don't think it's that long.
I'm looking it up right now. I know
Yeah.
to Oxnard it's 190 miles, and then
Yeah.
you got another 300 after that, maybe.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. After driving from Boise, Idaho to San Diego this past weekend, no problem.
Oh, dude, if you leave right now,
Yeah,
you'll get there in 8 hours and 2 minutes.
I can knock that out, no
That's
problem.
502 miles from
Oh,
San Diego to
500.
San Francisco.
I've never had a problem driving to San Francisco or Sacramento because to me it's a work day. It's 8-hour shift. Punch that clock, stop for lunch, get there.
That's exactly the way I felt about it this past weekend. Like people are like, wait, you're going to drive from Boise, Idaho, all the way to San Diego. How long is that going to take? And I'm like, well, according to Google, it's going to take about 15 hours. They're like, you're going to do that in one day? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, I think to myself, like my normal day is like 7 a.m. till about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Like that's my normal day, you know? I mean, I'm up in the morning, call it 6. I'm having athletic greens. I'm having a cup of coffee. I'm getting on the Peloton. I've got meetings, whatever, you know, and then by the time like 7-ish comes around, I'm done. And then by the time I wind up eating dinner, it's 8:30 and 9 o'clock. I'm done. And so now I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. So 6 a.m. wake up, 10 p.m. go to bed. So that was my thought process this weekend as well. I'm like, well, why do I need to break it up into 2 days? If I leave Boise at 6:30 Pacific time and I arrive in San Diego at 9 p.m. Pacific time, all I did was have my entire normal day. It just was sitting in a car all day.
I've driven from Chicago to San Diego. I've driven from Kansas to San Diego 3 times, and I did them in the same fashion. I only drive at the time I would be up doing stuff normally. And then after that, I stopped driving. That way the trip doesn't seem that long. My mind and my body are used to operating at these particular times. The problem is people try to drive at night when they're not used to being up at night. And so then it becomes a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah. See, when I got to Vegas, it was about 4:45 in the afternoon. When I got to Barstow and we stopped at In-N-Out, it was about 7 and change. And when we got back on the road, we were heading down the 215. And I'm thinking to myself, I was looking at the sun. I'm like, we don't have that much left. By the way, Boise, Idaho, 9:30 at night, the sunset. Like, no joke.
Dude,
Like,
yesterday it was 7:45 and the sun was still up here.
Yeah, it was 9 o'clock in the evening in Boise on Friday night. And I was like, it's still light out in a weird way. Not even remotely.
That's uncomfortable. I don't like that.
No, me neither. It was like being in Alaska or something. Not that I've ever been to Alaska.
My best work at night.
Yeah, I bet you do. I'll bet you do.
Freaks
Anyway,
come out at night.
hey, speaking of freaks coming out at night, so it was a full moon on Saturday night as I was driving down. Lots of bright moonlight. But then last night, did anybody see this eclipse, this solar eclipse? This
Wanted
blood
to.
orange. Yeah, and
It's too cloudy here. There's
know.
clouds everywhere.
I know, same for me. Like here I am up in Cardiff, and I woke up yesterday morning. By the way, let me just say one other thing. I got home 9 o'clock on Saturday night from this all day driving thing, and I texted my girlfriend. I'm like, "Yo, where you at?" She's like, "Oh, we're up in Encinitas." I'm like, "I'll be there." So I wound up going out Saturday night. I mean, a whole day of driving, and then went out, met people out on Saturday night. And
Where'd you go?
We went to a bar in Encinitas called First Street. You ever been there?
No.
Well, you guys will.
I'm gonna start upping my Encinitas game.
You guys are gonna love this. I say to Rachel, we're standing there in the bar, and I go, this is the kind of place that my son and his pals would come to, because it was starting to get really young in there, And as soon as I said it, I'd say 30 to 60 seconds later, here comes my son and his 3 pals.
No.
Walking into the bar, 22 years old, thinking, where do we go? Where is there cold beers and where are there girls? Encinitas. Let's go.
Let's go to where my dad is.
Yeah. Well, he'll buy beers. That's kind of the way things worked out. Anyway,
The
all right,
super
listen.
flower blood moon last night.
Is that what it was called? I
Yeah.
was, because there was no visibility, because in the morning yesterday, it was beautiful, crystal clear day. You could see the beach. It was great. By the middle of the day, it was completely socked in. At night, I couldn't see anything. So I turned on YouTube. I turned on the NASA coverage of this, and I watched it on TV rather than like running down to Carmel Valley where my girlfriend lives, where she saw it perfectly. She has all these great pictures. It was perfect. I couldn't see anything last night. I wanted
My
to see it.
favorite parts about eclipses, especially lunar eclipses,
Mhm.
is people's awful pictures that they post, thinking like, "Oh man, look how awesome that looks." You're like, dude, save it, okay?
Yeah.
Just save it. No
Yeah.
one needs to see a little red dot.
Little teeny tiny dot that's
Yeah.
kind of a little orangey. Like, look, I can see it. You can't. I can.
Dude, I think the climax of Do Better I saw yesterday on Twitter. This dude put, I spent $1,200 on my iPhone, and this is the picture I get on my for the lunar eclipse. Do better, Apple.
Oh
I was like,
yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
yeah, they designed that phone for lunar eclipse pictures. I'm sure they did, buddy.
Mhm. Do
I
better.
think we just reached like the epitome of do better.
Yeah. Do better, Tim
Do
Cook.
better, Apple.
Do better, Tim Cook. We need more out of you. Do better, Tim.
Oh my
Apple
God.
should have added him. Where's your phone?
Yeah, right.
There you
right.
go. You make
Yeah,
one.
let's see what you
Yeah.
come up with, pal. That's
Oh,
exactly
Make
right.
one.
Hey, give me 1 second as we keep on rolling here. Give me 1 second to just mention to everybody, we've been doing so much now out and about again, like where we're really out there, touching people again. This Saturday, the 21st at 12 noon, I've got an IV lounge going with our friends from iThrive MD. And I was looking here on the menu at iThrive MD. What I'm going to do, I'm going to definitely get an energy boost. I'm probably going to get an immune boost. And I'm also thinking about getting a recovery. So I'm going to take those 3 vitamin packages. I'm going to have Dr. Maxey mix up the cocktail, and then I'm going to sit there for 30 minutes. I'm going to take an intravenous bag on Saturday afternoon, and then I'll be back up in North County because one of my favorite weekends is coming up this weekend. It's called Fiesta del Sol, and I love music festivals. This is a teeny tiny music festival that happens in Cardiff. And it's always one of my favorite things. I guess it's really probably more Solana Beach is really more like it. It's all put on by our friends over at the Belly Up. So anyway, 12 noon, IV Lounge, iThrive MD. You're saving 40% this week. That's Raquel Gay. She put this whole thing together. She's like, let's pack this thing. Let's give people a huge discount. 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. If you've ever thought to yourself, I want maximum hydration. I want vitamins to get into my system as fast as possible. I want to feel good and healthy. I've been wanting to go to one of these IV lounges, hang out with the guys, have a mimosa, but I haven't had a chance to do it. Usually it's during the work week. This is on a Saturday. It's right in the middle of the day, 12 noon. We'll be there. Come on out. We're going to have a great time. iThrive MD, the IV Lounge. I'll see you there. 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. You're saving 40%. So make sure you call and make an appointment because, space is limited. There's only like 8 chairs for everybody to get in, but you can come. It doesn't have to be right at noon, but make sure you make your reservation, 858-240-1497. All right, Alex, we were talking about Padres this past weekend, and we mentioned that the Padres are in first place, tied with the Dodgers for first place. You mentioned that they're going to play San Francisco later in the week, and they're hanging around. I mentioned that the Angels are also in first place. Did you guys see the milestone that Ohtani hit this past weekend? Browner, I know you're not paying attention to the Angels, but I know that people are hitting you up about the Angels.
Yeah. I was in a no Angels zone this weekend because the Padres are doing so well. I didn't want my energy to be brought down, and then the NBA playoffs are happening, and then a colossal collapse happening. I love a good collapse.
Dude,
so
by the way, can we just have a quick moment here about the NBA playoffs? So all I hear from everybody in the league is how the NBA playoffs, it gets turned up a notch. And they say the same thing in the NFL. Playoff season comes and the intensity gets turned up yet another notch. Fair enough. But my gosh, man, like Milwaukee's the defending champs and they got blown out yesterday. I mean, blown out. And then Dallas, I got to say, I'm loving the Dallas story. I thought Phoenix was going to win, but I'm loving the Dallas story. Dallas is down 2-0 and they come back and they win. And I know you guys don't like Chris Paul, but another playoff collapse.
Me, Browner's best friends with him.
Oh, right. But another playoff collapse for Chris Paul where he's up 2-0 and he finds himself, losing the series. And there's been a lot of these series in his career where he's had a 2-0 lead and lost these playoff series. But for Dallas, I'm a huge Mark Cuban fan, obviously. I mean, that starts things off for me. Luka the guy's unbelievable. So I expect Golden State to win the Western Conference and play in the NBA Finals, but I'm not putting it past Dallas to win that series. Giving him a shot, Brown?
No
shot.
None whatsoever. The Suns had a scorer. They had Devin Booker. They had a scorer. Chris Paul ran out of gas. They don't give the ball to DeAndre Ayton, even though they don't have a player over 6'10" to guard him. It made zero sense. I like Monty Williams. I really think the Chris Paul effect is what tanked this team. The Warriors have 4 legit guys who can score 30 points. They have 4 defenders who can defend Luka. Let him get 50 points, and just don't let Spencer Dinwiddie get 30 and Jalen Brunson get 20, and you'll have a relatively easy night against them.
Last I checked,
yeah,
the Warriors struggled against the Grizzlies without John Morant.
Yeah, I mean, they play better defense without John Morant. The Dallas Mavericks don't play high-level defense. They are a good defensive team. They don't play good high-level, like Boston, Miami-level defense. I think that is going to be the difference.
All I know is this. I don't have an issue if Golden State makes it to the finals. I'm kind of rooting for Golden State. And now I'm kind of rooting for Dallas. So, to me, it doesn't matter.
Anyone but Boston. I don't care.
I don't have a dog in the fight at all. Actually, I mean, on the other side of things, Boston, Miami, I am rooting for Miami. I will admit that. It's not because I'm an anti-Boston guy as much as I'm a pro-Miami guy. I'm a big Pat Riley fan. I like Spoelstra. I like Jimmy Butler. So there's a lot. Listen, I'm rooting for Miami in the East. I don't really care who wins the West, but I think Dallas is a really good story. And hey, listen, Golden State's a great story too. I mean, the return of Clay this year and how these guys have gotten back to championship caliber. So, all right, stick around. We got a lot more to get to. I was about to talk about Ohtani. I was about to talk about some Angels. Got sidetracked with a little NBA.
That.
What?
See how I avoided
You did.
that?
I know you did. Stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios and back after this. What's going on to all the great friends that watch the show on television here on Cox Your View? What you're about to see will never be heard on radio, won't be seen on YouTube, no audio podcast. This is just for you here on Cox Your View.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westville High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School, Jacqueline Jordan. And from St. Joe Southwest Middle School, Todd Sanders. Teachers, please deliver the pitch. San Diego County Teachers of the Year with their honorary pitch.
Watch the Austin Gilronis take on your San Diego Legion, Thursday, May 28th at 5 p.m. on Your View. Join Jane Klaus on Creative Living as she shares fun and inspiring ideas for enriching your life.
I'm Jane Klaus, and on the next Creative Living, we're hitting the road for a family vacation. We look at some fun spots to take the family and why solar might be a good option for your home.
Watch Creative Living, Sunday night at 8:30 on Your View and yourview.com. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do.
San Diego Legion Rugby is back, celebrating its 5th season of professional rugby in San Diego. Fun, excitement, entertainment. Just like all the sports you know, only better. San Diego Legion tickets are on sale now. Get yours today.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
San Diego State softball is headed to the NCAA tournament. The Aztecs won the Mountain West regular season title outright with a 20-4 conference record and is the only team to make the tournament from the conference. SDSU will take on number 20 LSU in the Tempe Regional on Friday in the double elimination regional round. This is the Aztecs' 12th NCAA tournament bid, but the first since 2015. SDSU secured their automatic bid on Thursday after taking down University of New Mexico 7-1. Then on Friday, they clinched the conference title outright after taking down UNM 12-3. The win was the 20th Mountain West win for SDSU this season, marking the first time the team has won 20 conference games in their Mountain West history. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView. You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
All right, great friends. This is so exciting for me to kind of jump in the middle of the show and talk about something that is purely exclusive here on Cox Your View. And my friend Dan Engel is about to join me, who many years ago walked into our radio studio and told us about this concept called the Miracle League of San Diego. And it's about to celebrate its 15th year. So let me jump right in. Dan Engel is here. Hey, Dan, first of all, it's great to see you. Congratulations on 15 years. Can you explain to people who have never heard of the Miracle League of San Diego what it is, what you guys do?
Yeah, thanks, Scott. And I remember that morning 15 years ago really well. So the Miracle League is a baseball league that provides children and adults with disabilities opportunity to play baseball in an organized league. Every player has a buddy who helps them on and off the field and provides encouragement. We've been doing it 15 years. When we started 15 years ago, Scott, we had 80 players. We now have 300 players at 2 fields. We play at Engel Family Field in San Diego Park, up in off Loma Santa Fe Drive, and we play at Bell Middle School down in Chula Vista. 2 seasons, spring and fall seasons, and it's the happiest place in San Diego.
Oh man, listen, I know it well. I will tell everybody, this is deeply personal for me because I find myself at these fields, well, the one up in San Diego, on the weekends, because my daughters, 2 of them, my 18-year-old and my 15-year-old, are both buddies. And my 15-year-old in particular, she has this one kid that she buddies for literally every week. His name is Jeremiah. And she gets so excited, Dan, to go on a Saturday and be there to be with this kid who she has grown to love so much. Tell everybody about the buddy program, how I will call able-bodied, healthy children can go help these kids who are not as fortunate, but who desperately want to play baseball.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Scott. And I like to call it, we're nurturing philanthropic souls. We're teaching kids at a young age how good it feels to give back and help others. So your daughters have been doing it, I know, for many years. And my daughter did it for 8.5 years until she went off to college. I have so many kids who've now gone on to careers in the special needs world because of their experience at Miracle League. So, you know, we start at 10 years old as buddies and go on. I have one player in the South Bay. She's been a buddy for her brother for all of 15 years. And
Wow.
the experience to see how people like your daughter have learned to grow to love these other kids and develop confidence and skills beyond what they get just in normal school and other outside activities. I think it's so important. And for the parents, as you know, it gives the parents opportunity for an hour to just watch their child or adult on the field having a good time, knowing that they're taken care of by their buddy who knows everything that their child needs. And they can just relax and smile just like any other, you know, parent of a kid playing sports.
Well, let me jump right in here then, Dan, because I want everybody to visit the website, miracleleagueofsandiego.org, miracleleagueofsandiego.org. Tell us about the big event that you've got coming up to celebrate the 15 years. It's a partnership with the Padres. There's an exhibition game. There's a celebrity home run derby. I really want you to tell everybody about this because people love star power, and you guys have done such a great job of integrating with the Padres. Tell us about what's going on. Give us the details.
Yeah, details great. It's Sunday, May 22nd at Engel Family Field in San Diego Park. Gates are going to open at 11. At noon, we're going to have an exhibition game where we have one player from every team in the league, and we're splitting them up into Team Randy Jones and Team Mark Loretta, who have both been part of Miracle League really for all of our 15 years. And their buddies are all going to be celebrities. So we've lined up 10 Padre alum plus other athletes and media. So we have Rick Aguilera, Russell Allen, who played for the Jags. Drew Brees is coming out to be a buddy. Stephen Cooper, linebacker for the Chargers. Kevin Correa, Steve Finley, Tyler Gaffney, who was one of our first buddies in the Miracle League. Troy Gloss, there's a home run hitter if I've ever seen one. Nick Hundley, Randy Jones, Mark Loretta, Corey Lupke, Melissa McIlvain, great USD softball coach. Jane Mitchell, you know, wonderful journalist. Ex-Navy, Charlie Nagy, Carlos Quinton, and Tim Stoffer.
Wow, you got an all-star lineup there.
I'm going to count you in for Back and Mark, who's been on our board, is a great friend of all of ours. Our partnership with the Padres, with you, Scott, I mean, we go back a long ways, and I'm so grateful for everything you've done to support Miracle League, and I'm grateful that your daughters love being buddies. That's what makes me happy.
They really do. Dan, we'll talk to you real soon. We'll see you out there on Sunday, May 22nd. We'll see you there.
Thanks so much, Scott. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
What keeps me coming back is just learning more about myself in the classroom. And as I learn more about myself, I can share more about myself with my students, and I can open up more and care more and love more and teach more by example.
Teaching is just one of those things that if you have a heart for it, you've found your place, and I have found my place. I get to help little people realize what it means to learn something for the first time, and that's something like reading that will be with them for the rest of their lives.
Still a little bit overwhelmed, maybe a little bit surprised. You know, you don't go into teaching for awards. You go into teaching because you sincerely believe you can make a difference in young people's lives, and that's kind of what got me into the field in the first place.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on your view, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.